We're figuring out which side to sit on.
What are you doing? Hey, what's
right,
up, everybody? Salt Lake City! Good to be back. When was the last time you were here?
I was here, well, not here, but I was here in Utah a year ago.
Oh, nice.
And I went up, we did a 3-mile hike that lasted 8 miles to get to these hot springs. And they smelled like sulfur! Yeah, lots of sulfur! I couldn't stay. I looked around, I was like, this is nice. And then I walked back home. And by walk, I mean slip slowly.
You didn't soak in the springs?
I couldn't do it. I was smelling it all the way up.
See,
And
I love a good sulfur spring. It's good for your skin. It makes you feel soft and somehow clean. Even
I'm old and it's hard.
You smell like rotten eggs afterwards, but I think it's good for you. It's a good exfoliator. Yeah.
There's also like, there were people up there already and they're like, it was like a party, I feel like a college party, and this dude carried this giant speaker up there, and I was like...
Sounds like you. You always bring a giant speaker.
I bring a small speaker with giant sound. This was just a giant speaker that was just ruining everything for me. But I had a great time if I didn't hear anything. All right, I'm going to talk about hiking. It's as exciting as doing it. Talking about it.
So I'm going to kick things off with a bit of an icebreaker. It's obviously very easy to look at IMDb and see what your first role was, but I want to hear it from you. What was your first professional role, and has it had any sort of an impact on the roles that you took afterwards, or maybe led to where you are today?
Oh, we're doing thoughtful questions. We're doing good questions. All right, geez. Okay. What did my IMDb say? My first,
hear from you.
My first professional thing as an actor, I think was Halt in Catch Fire. I think, yeah, that was an 80s tech drama, and we were with some incredibly good actors, and the reason I got that, partially from being one of the most amazing actors of our generation, besides all that, it was a Yo-Yo. The character's name was Yo-Yo, and I'd been yo-yoing since I was in 7th grade, and so this kind of worked out for me. But what I learned from that set was just sort of how to get into something without caring about who's around you or what's around you. And so like the actors on that show, the lead actors were like super focused on, and they were able to take dialogue that like sometimes you read dialogue and you're like, how are they going to do that? And then you watch it, and it was not at all how one would expect. So I got to learn some really, really cool things from that show for sure.
That's coincidentally the best pilot I ever read. I auditioned for both of the main leads, and I was so bummed when I didn't get it, but it went to much more deserving actors than Lee Pace and Scoot McNairy, but I loved that script, and if you guys haven't seen it, Halt and Catch Fire is one of the best TV shows that AMC ever produced. I think y'all should watch that. Thank you for that one woo.
Yeah. Oh, good.
And he's amazing in it. I mean, everyone just crushes it. That whole show is amazing. I was not as cool as you. I didn't get an amazing role right out the bat. I started on a short film called Angry Ghost, and it was shot in Angeles Oaks Forest, out like 2 hours east of LA. And this was like a 15-minute short that I still don't know what it's about. Like, maybe it was about an angry ghost that maybe was a zombie too. And I think maybe that kind of led its way into somehow, precursor to The Walking Dead. I feel like I worked in the zombie genre a fair amount. I also did another zombie short right after that. So I guess, yeah, this was just greasing the wheels for me to take over in that realm. Yeah.
Well, then sliding right into The Walking Dead, I would love to know what the casting process was for both of you, the audition process, how you booked it, when you found out, and how hard it was to keep a secret, because you both came in when it was like the biggest thing on television.
Yeah, mine was funny for me. I mean, it's funny for all of us, but it was, I was in LA for maybe 2 months at this point, and it was a Friday, or a Thursday. Yeah, Thursday I got a call. They want me to do this audition for Walking Dead, and I was like, okay, when's it due? Friday? I'll do it Friday. I'm like last minute. I'm so last minute. I'm that guy. And procrastinators. I can't wait to hear some of the costume stories. I know some of you were up until last 4 a.m. working on it. So I did this audition Friday. Then they wanted the character to be like Big E. So he was like, yo, chill it up, chill it. It's very it was, and I was like, okay. So I did, and then on Saturday, which is weird, also on a Saturday. On a Saturday, they hit me up to send in 2 more reads with the same things, just 2 different directions. And I was like, okay, so turned that in. And Monday, I'm now filming a fight sequence with my friends. So I lived in a house with a bunch of stunt people. And now you can see them. And if you watch anything, you probably saw them. And I'm in the swimming pool with my gimbal, and I'm shooting this long sequence. I've just been waiting to get it. And then my manager gives me a call, and she's like, "Are you sitting down?" Which, by the way, I hate that. There's no news on the planet you can tell me I need to sit down for. So she, "Are you sitting down?" I go, sort of. Like people are waiting. I'm like, what's up? And like, well, you just booked Walking Dead, and they want you to fly out today. And I go, is it cool if I come out tomorrow? First thing I said. I go, oh, that's great, can I come out tomorrow? And both my agent and manager were like, okay, we can ask. And then I okay, yeah, just let me know. Oh, yeah, this is great, guys, thanks. And hang up. All right, and let's film, And then everyone's fighting, and they're like, what was that? Because they were reading it with me. And I go, oh, I got the job. They want me to come out now. Okay, but I'm telling them we can do this. I told them they can ask if they can fly me out tomorrow. They're like, no, get out of here. So all the room was like, get out of this house. So I still smell like a swimming pool, and my friends kicked me out of the house. They drove me to the airport, and then so that was a Monday, Tuesday costume, and the table read, and Wednesday was Jerry, and that the night before, and it's the last part. Sorry, I'm so long-winded, guys. But the Tuesday, after we did the table read, I was not feeling the character. I really wasn't, and so Scott hit me up, and we had a Skype. That was before Zoom. I was about to say Zoom, but we didn't do it. But we Skyped, and he was just telling me, he's like, when I cast you, these were the things I was thinking. When you smile, it makes me happy. And when you frown, it scares the shit out of me. And I was like, oh. And he goes, so let's lean into that. Jerry's this great guy, and then if he's pushed, he's a berserker. And I was like, all right. And from then on, Jerry made sense to me. And so between me, Scott, and Greg Nicotero, the 3 of us sort of found where Jerry was sitting, and and I had the greatest time filming on that show. So,
I had a similar experience, but I auditioned for 2 different roles prior to Aaron. One was for Gareth, the leader of the Cannibals, and I really loved that character, but I'm glad I didn't get that because he was killed after 4 episodes, so probably for the best. But similarly, I'd just given up acting. I was done acting. I made the decision a couple months prior, and I felt really good about that because it had been 10 years of rejection and nonstop poverty and $120,000 of credit card debt I was just swimming in. And my team really had to force me to go because I didn't want to go at first, and I went out of loyalty to the cast members and to my team. And it was the first audition I'd ever done where I didn't care about the outcome. I was like, I hope they liked it, but I'm gonna, what should I have for dinner tonight? Ooh, Subway. And it was I genuinely didn't care, and I think that's kind of a profound lesson in that, the moment you take away the expectation of what you need from a thing, whether that's, oh, I'll never be happy unless I get this job, I'll never be happy unless I'm with this person, or so on and so forth. The moment you take away the expectation and just let the universe take over, that's when the good stuff happens. And a week after the audition, I was sick as a dog with a stomach flu on my birthday, just puking and feeling awful. And then my manager called me and she's like, are you sitting down? And I go, I'm lying down with she said, well, you just booked The Walking Dead. And I felt better immediately. I was just jumping around. I was so stoked, and I was out in LA the next week, so yeah.
I love those stories.
She's different. She wants to know if there were a real zombie apocalypse, what would your game plan be? How would you survive?
Go to a Costco, fuse the doors shut, have 24/7 security on guard, inside and outside. That's how you do it.
I had a recent thought. What I would do if we changed like how other walkers change. If I knew I was bit, I'd be putting on rollerblades. To protect everyone, I'd put on rollerblades. And it would just be a town of zombies dragging their heavy rollerblades around the ground or stepping over them because it costs more to kill them, apparently. And I was just thinking about this whole community. Just get some rollerblades. You're not going to see a walker just doing it. That was my thought on that. I don't, there's no other plan. There's no other plan except that. Just rollerblades, everybody.
That's an answer. Thank you. If you didn't get to ask your question, you can go talk to the vendor tables this weekend. And let's thank them one more time for being here. Thank you.
Hey everybody, give a huge round of applause everybody for Ross and Cooper. One more time, a massive round of applause. Now, we're going to do a crowd shot. We're going to do a crowd shot right now. Ross and Cooper, if you want to come and stand here right on the line, right here. And you guys light up your phones, And on the count of three, watch go nuts. We get all those flashlights on. Get all those flashlights on. You guys ready? Here we go. Oh, they're gonna sit down. They're late already. Here we go. This is amazing. We've never had this before. 1, 2, 3. One more time, guys. Give a huge round of applause. Everybody.